It's not all about you, Venegas.
I'm willing to die for what I talk about, for what I speak about. I'm willing to die on the road. Like, there's nothing else that matters as much as this mission that I'm currently on.
I was just working at Starbucks. So that's part of the grind. You know, if I didn't have a job, then I wouldn't have gone the camera from McDonald's to Starbucks content.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Glamourous Grind podcast with one of your hosts, Sal Mink Media, Coach Sal, all the names.
Sally Sal.
And the man on the mission to my left, Coach Al.
That is up.
We're going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, quick shout out to XL Realty and Mortgage. Hit up your boy, Ruben Venegas. He'll get you right. He'll get you home.
Home run.
Carmen's Notary and Tax Services. Get your money right. Don't play with that money. The IRS don't play. Shout out to Nourish Bar 831. Hooking us up every single time. They're doing it right.
Yep.
You feel right. You look right. You know, get right. Don't get left. Get right, don't get left. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to West T, our people out there in West Sac, Yolo County. They're in West Sac, but they help everybody out.
Yeah.
Like all over, West Coast in it.
West Coast.
You know what I mean?
All over the West Coast.
Shout out to all y'all, man. We're wearing the gear. Just on everything, just on principle. The people we're shouting out are seasoned sponsors. We're not able to do as much as we want to do without them, right?
Yeah.
But they're actual people that like put in the work. They put in the work. They have the reps. They have the experience. And what I admire is that they go all out no matter how successful they are or how many reps they've done. Like the next one matters just as much as the last one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn.
Chill, bro.
Let's
Already, bro.
Let's give our damn spawn, man. People, that's our neighbors, man.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. No, yeah. I agree 100%.
I'm changing the sponsors. These are our neighbors, bro.
Our neighbors?
These are our neighbors,
These are
man.
our neighbors,
They're
bro.
with us on this journey,
Yeah.
man. You know?
Repping.
Shout out to all y'all.
Yeah. Shout out.
I got hypey.
We're already dropping bars and like 2 minutes in, bro.
Oh,
What's going
man.
on? What
Come
is
on.
going on? All right, bro. It's
Gratitude, of course.
Oh, yeah, we're in Marina.
No, gratitude to everybody.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, we appreciate every single listener or you're watching.
The shares.
The shares.
Man, the share.
Yeah,
Pass it along.
Yeah, those ones been
Pass
going
it along, man. Like
hypey.
just it'll help somebody. It can brighten somebody's day. It can add clarity to somebody's day.
Yeah.
Like if you just like, hey, check this out. Like it's that simple. It's
Here you
free.
go, bro. Yeah, free message.
Free can liberate your mind. You know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where are we at, bro? Where are we at?
Marina, California.
Marina, California.
Fog Town, Fog City, Fog Way.
I fuck with the fog though.
1,000%.
1,000%. The fog is always in the morning, especially. It's always a vibe. I fuck with the fog.
Yeah, man. The fog is it gives you that sense of like allows you to kind of wander a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Ooh, all mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious, bro. Smoke machines.
Smoke machines.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Marina.
Shout out Marina. We're now in the 2024-2025 season. I can't forget those numbers.
Oh, well, yeah. For people that don't like, we're going off of like school year kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what you mean by that. Like
Yeah.
school calendar sort of deal.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the impact that we make is partnering with some of the larger communities are schools. Like people think it's a school, but it's really a concentrated community.
Yeah.
Because it's everybody that lives in that neighborhood goes to that school. That's where they meet up. So to hit a school is to hit a community. And we just started.
That's what we do. Yeah. So we're entering the 2024-2025 school year. What are some things that you're bringing on? Anything new? Anything you're willing to share of like what's going to be going on in this 2024 to 2025 school year?
Let me just dive in. I'm not going to go surface first, meaning the actual products or actual visuals first, I should say. But man, over the last 60 days, I think, as a matter of fact, if we go back to a couple episodes, I was talking about redefining and reshaping my mental blueprint. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like in this space where I was like, no, man, there's this like motion, like the way I think, the way I lead. Like I just have to rethink a couple of things because it's no longer serving me. It no longer applies to my present self.
Yeah.
And through all that, I didn't know what was happening was I haven't felt this amount of we also, I mean, you've also heard me say, like, talk about the ripple effect.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when it's like you do one thing and it just ripples out into a grander, like if you just focus on the rock hitting the water will take care of the ripple, right? Like it happens. Like it's law. It's a universal law. But in the last 60 days, man, I've experienced, like, it feels like, have you ever lit like fireworks, like firecrackers?
Yeah, 4th of July.
So there's a fuse, right? You light the fuse. Well, there's times where you tie the fuses together of like a bunch of them.
And
And you only have to light it once.
Yeah.
But the thing is that many times you look at the fuse and you're like, well, let me light that fuse and let me light that fuse and let me light that fuse. But if you tie all the fuses together, if you tie what ignites the explosion, if you tie the fuses together, you only need to light it once.
Yeah.
Right?
I know where you're going to.
So, like, in this reshifting of my mental blueprint, what was really happening was all these opportunities were lining up so that I only sparked it once. And it's felt like that. And I've never experienced it at this magnitude, big or small. Like, just the patience in, like, not just pulling the trigger every time on like a singular trigger. Like, it's actually tied together, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where like then surfacing, and it just seems like this book, that book, this product, you know, we're doing this now. It just seems like, whoa, hold on, what the fuck is going on, right? But it really is like my internal child, like lining up all the dominoes. You know, you're just wondering, like, what's that kid doing? This is like he's just lining them all up.
All the dominoes.
Because it's about like seeing the ripple, you know?
Yeah.
And now I'm experiencing that a bit. Yeah.
And you were talking about reshifting your blueprint. How's that going so far? Is
Well,
it like
now
tough? Is it?
I think at first it's a bit tough because it's like you're not really sure. Like your mind wants to go, you know, let's take that out. Let's put this in. Let's organize it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Like your mind wants to logically kind of organize everything.
Yeah.
But your being, you have to like listen to your being and not your mind. It's a very interesting process because you know what your mind has learned is no longer applicable to how you're existing. Like in my case, like there's certain words that I could use that will have power in people's lives. You know, there's decisions. Even though I'm better than nobody else necessarily, the position in which I find myself in people's lives, there's an effect, right? And it's like allowing the being to see what shape it's going to take. And opening the mind to be able to become almost as a capsule of the being. Like, all right, what do you want to be? And then just, you know, finding a way for your mind and your being to work together, you know, because you're like thinking ain't it. Like overthinking, I've said this before, right? Overthinking doesn't make you smarter, bro. So stop it, you know? Like, and when you overthink, you have no room to imagine. You know what I mean? And in order, like, how can you become if you're always thinking? you can't. It's almost like, for me, it's like setting your mental blueprint to then allow you to play within the blueprint. You know,
Yeah.
Let's set the parameters, set the boundaries, set the parameters, you know, set the destination on your GPS, and then you're no longer thinking of where should I go. Now you just what?
Go.
That's it. Right? So like
Yeah.
set yourself up to then just go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Remove. Yeah. Simplify it. Make it as simple as possible, just so you could just go.
That's it.
That's it.
You know, we all do it, but we could do it with ourselves, right? You know, you get in your car. First thing you do is you type in the destination. Then you go to Spotify or iTunes and you start putting the music you feel like, right? And then you just go.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. About the mental blueprint is more of a, okay, I've got, you know, what don't I need so I can clean out some data? You know, why am I still, what do I have this? You did it with your phone, right? Why do I still have this subscription?
Yeah.
It's
Like
that.
emails,
It's like
yeah.
just stuff you just did, right? And you're like, yeah, it doesn't serve me.
Mhm.
And it's a really great feeling. The process may take some time, but it's a really great feeling afterwards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
bro.
It's like that feeling of cleaning your room.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah, well, I keep mine clean, so I don't know what that.
I don't know what that feels like.
The hotel room, bro. I don't know. They clean
what
it.
that
I don't
feels
know. I don't know. I sleep in hotel rooms, bro. I have no clue what you're talking about. But let me ask you. So, you're now going. You know, as you're moving, what is something that you're noticing? That is changing in you, like. That you can say, oh damn, yeah, this is definitely changing, and I can see it and I can feel it. It is that time to talk about money, but it starts with someone that you can trust.
that's right. And that's what Carmen's Notary Tax Services. Whether you need tax preparation for individuals, self-employed, LLCs, and corporations, stimulus assistance, tax resolution, business startup, notary services, and many more.
Okay. But how do we get a hold of Carmen, though?
I got you.
Okay.
With 2 locations in California, one in 1209 Commerce Avenue in Woodland, and the other in 45895 Oasis Street, Suite D in Indio, California.
I love it, but I've got to ask this question por mi gente. Does she speak Spanish, though?
Claro que sí. Remember, for any of your tax services and needs, call Carmen's Notary Tax Services at 530-406-0761.
Part of this glamorous grind has a lot to do with being on the road. And you know, when we go on the road, we don't always get the best food or the best snacks.
I know, gas station snacks suck.
They do suck. Now, the best part, though, is when we land in the 831. You know we're going to get taken care of by Nourish Bar 831. They've got the great treats. They got us feeling great, got us being great.
You already know. They got the best plant-based organic treats for any party, meeting, or event. They'll hook you up with the cookies and cream, churro, cinnamon toast crunch, Reese's cups, and so many more options. And you know what the best part is? They're made fresh.
Ooh, bro, say less. How do I order?
You follow and DM your orders to @nourishbar.831 on Instagram. Again, DM your orders at nourishbar.831 on Instagram.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Seriously. Like, have you wondered, like, are you ready to buy a house? Is it the right time to buy a house? Like, what are even the steps to even buy a house?
I've definitely asked myself that, and I know someone who's got the answers.
For real? Who?
Ruben Venegas with XL Realty. He can come through and help you whether you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, invest, or simply have questions and don't know who to ask. He is the man that can support you, help you, and guide you towards where you want to be.
This dude sounds like the one.
He's super easy to reach. You can either call or text him at 916-206-9616. Instagram is @RubeCube or log on to xlmtgloans.com.
It is that time to design and drop our Glamorous Grind merch.
I've always been wondering who's been doing the merch.
Oh, I got my people. I've been going to them for years. They got me on everything. No matter what it is that I need, they got it and they can do it. Watch. Check them out. Go to your IG.
It's West Dot T-shirt. Check them out.
Bet. Do they do screen printing?
Watch. They got screen printing, the shirt. You know what it is, man? They got this. They got the hoodie. Bro, they
Is it
got
expensive?
us. No, it's not expensive.
Do they do embroidery?
The new beanies that just came out, they did them, bro. This hat, the wind hat, they did them.
Do they take forever?
No, they don't take forever.
Do they do decals?
These right here, man, they did them. They did
How
them.
about
They got us.
windbreakers?
Windbreakers. Talk about windbreakers. That one windbreaker, your favorite jacket,
So this whole time they've been doing
the one you'd never take off, bro. That one, they did it.
Are they hard to deal with? Because I ain't trying to do all that.
No, man, they're not hard to deal with. Watch, scroll to the bottom, tells you their number. Very easy, man. Just hit them up. Call or
I can
text them.
call or text them at 916-821-2100.
That easy, bro. Call or text.
How about DMs on Instagram?
Of course, when you want to DM them, go to west.t-shirts on Instagram. Easy.
What I believe is like, I wasn't, I mean, I'm already like, I feel like I'm already self-aware, but I feel like I wasn't as self-aware as I thought I was. It's strange, like when it was like new people or like, new people that I've just met, like, I feel like my self-awareness is at its highest. But when I'm with like my homies or like my family, like, I feel like my self-awareness is like at its lowest. It's almost like your guard's down, guard up. And that took me a while to realize that part of self-awareness, that it like, it's almost like a level, or for me at least, it feels like a level, like when I'm like in a new environment, like it's at its highest. Like I'm like, what's going on here, bro?
Alert.
Yeah, alertness, I guess. Yeah, that's a good, alertness. And when I'm like in a comfortable environment, I feel like it just drops, and I'm like, okay.
Which one do you enjoy more?
Honestly, I like the benefits of the high alert. I don't know why.
What are the benefits?
It's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like I just notice the little things in the room. Not all the time, but for the most part, I feel like I notice more of the little things in the room. Like, I don't know, emotions just stand out a whole lot more. Like, you could just kind of tell when someone's like not feeling it, someone's upset, or someone's like having the time of their life. They're absolutely juiced. Like, emotions just become more like aware, like more saturated. I guess you could say, yeah. Everything just pops out more, emotions wise.
You're more in tune and more like sensitive. Like,
yeah,
it's like not stimulating, but you can like, you're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
I know what's going on.
I know what's going on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, feel. What is it? Like when you feel the room, you can kind of like.
And that's why you get jokes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your sense of humor is on point, because you may have not been there or ever done that. Like when you're in groups where you're like, I don't know what they're talking about. You haven't experienced that thing, but you get the inside joke every time. And I'm like, what? Like that's probably why you're hypersensitive to emotion, which is why you're able to also portray content.
That's probably.
I mean, it helps you. It helps you because you got to add coloring and you have to add music and tempo and. Like you could turn it, you change the tempo and change the music, and it sounds like a hyphy, or sad or deep or whatever it is, and it's almost like you have to remember what it was in the room and attempt to like
relive it.
Yeah,
as best as possible. That's as far as what I've noticed within myself, but I've also noticed like some negativities, such as like. I wish, like, I wasn't, I hope I could.
Sorry, bro. If I didn't press that button, I was just going to stop listening to you. Then now I can let it go.
I wish. I
release that thought. Now I'm present again.
I'm present.
You said that, I was like, damn.
Oh, man.
Somebody present.
I don't, like, oh, shoot. Like when it comes to like, it's becoming more apparent from close people, but like people are starting to ask for like, yeah, it's tough, bro, because like people are starting to ask like for money now, which I'm not like at that level of like finance. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm not making
No,
like
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, bro.
so it's like
Just like, yeah, that fucking
I don't know,
sucks.
bro. Like, I don't even like how do you even respond? Like sometimes I can't even respond to the person that's asking, and it's tough because like I almost feel like guilty for not responding or like
You should.
should feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because like
Not responding is avoidance.
I know, yeah.
So that doesn't help them and it doesn't help you. It's a double fuck. It's a double negative. So like that, I'm going to be like, yeah, feel that's your like, and I don't know if it's guilty, but it's unsettling because you're building your core values. Like you're making decisions as to who Sal is. Like you're putting it out into the world, your vlog, your content. When people see you in person, you're now being more accountable for your output. Like, you know, if you didn't sleep or if you're in a funk, like, people are now looking at you and they're going to say, what's up to you when you show up to site?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, what's that? Oh, damn. Like people are going to come say, what's up to the person that showed up last time. Yeah. And you're going to start feeling that this year because we're doing that turn where you're no longer the new guy. You're like, you're not this kid. Like, is that your son? Everybody's stupid ass inside joke. Like every time we show up to a site, they ask this dude. Oh, they ask me, but they're looking at him. Like, oh my gosh, is this your son? And Sal stays quiet.
I don't say anything, bro.
He doesn't say no. Like as a man, he should be like no, but he just stays quiet and he looks at his feet.
Yeah,
and he like, gets his backpack. You always like move your feet and then get your backpack straps. And I'm like,
it takes me like 2 seconds to fully like process what they just said.
I'm about to,
like, oh.
Yeah, I'm about to be like, man, I just found out. This is actually our first take your son to work day.
Take your son to work day.
Yeah.
I actually found out yesterday.
I'm actually attempting to get him a job here at this school. No, but okay, so we were talking about, like you're deciding who you are. And I don't think as much guilt for not responding to that person, but it's like who you're acting as who you're no longer being. Like your existence doesn't exist in this avoidance. You know, you can't be avoidant and obedient at the same time.
Chill, bro. Chill.
No. Think about it like your intuitive self, right? Yeah. Think about your spirit. Think about your energy. Like you're obeying your gift, right? You're like, okay, I have this gift. So if you're going to be avoidant or are you going to be obedient? Like you doing both gives you that unsettling feeling. Like you're acting avoidant, but you're saying and you're existing in obedience, right? Like, so be like, and I would say now finding the right words, and because you're such an honest person, I think that's you if you're going to be the honest, authentic Sal, then that's the only option is to be like, hey, I don't have it like that. I'm actually recovering from some moves. This move that I made is I'm positioning myself, you know?
I think that's the next step that I need to like learn is like, how do I tell them no? But like not in like a messed up way, if that makes sense. Cause like,
I've learned that the messed up way is you know how they teach us about like how to speak, how to respond, how to act, how to have manners, how to say thank you. It's all external. It's all about what you put out.
Yeah.
It teaches about that, right? But what they don't teach us about is what headspace are you in when you receive information. So how often is it really that how you said it mattered or where the person was when they received it mattered? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't be in charge. You can say it kindly and the person is not in a state of mind to receive it kindly. Therefore, your words could be like ignorant. You just didn't care, like, or, you know, whatever it may be. So I think it's also just remembering that you're not you're a piece to the puzzle. You're not the whole puzzle. You know, you're all like, you're not in charge of the world and how people operate in it.
True.
You know,
Yeah, that's true. It's tough, bro. It's tough because it's like I don't have it like that. So like,
so anybody
know if
watching,
I'm-
if you're asking Sal for money, you don't have it like
yeah, I
that.
don't have it like that. But like, I'm just starting to pay attention to like myself. Am I like showing signs that I have it like that? Am I like?
Yeah, motherfucker,
Like,
you're
I
getting
don't-
airplanes and have 2 cameras and have Beats headphones and Sony's headphones. Hey, he's got it like that, dude. Hey, Sal,
No,
about that, I wanted to ask you for some money.
But here's the other side of it though. Like, I this is hard because money is not like my thing to talk about. I don't like telling people about money. I don't like. It's strange to me when I tell
Yeah,
people.
there's an uncomfortable
So
relationship with finances.
when what I choose to do with like my finances is I choose to use it on more equipment or upgrade equipment. Like that's where I pour like almost 80% of my money, bro.
Yep.
80% into like cameras and lenses and like other stuff that will help me either become more efficient at what I do, like the laptop has helped me substantially when it comes to efficiency.
Yeah.
But I also don't have a bed frame. I don't have like a nightstand. Like I don't that doesn't come to mind when I think about like when I get paid or whatever. Like my first thought is, what can I upgrade?
Right.
So like I don't know, like choosing where to put like your money or your finances is I don't know, bro. Like it's tricky, bro. It's tough.
I think people's answer is more.
More?
Like make more, right? That's like the answer to like it all, right? Make more money, right? But it's actually like how you utilize what you have. Is what you're saying. Like if you're not gonna, if more is not an option right now, then you know, how do you operate within the means, right? So let me ask you this question. So when people are asking you, is it people that are mismanaging in your opinion? Is it people that are not, that are working so hard and just haven't caught a break? Is it like what is it that you feel, or what type of approach are you getting?
It's almost like so one of them was like they were asking, and the other one wasn't like a question. It was more of like a demand, which that threw me off. I was like, well, I mean, I don't owe you this amount. Like, why are you like? I don't know. But they're not like, I wouldn't put them like as busting like their ass off.
Oh, okay.
Busting their ass off like type.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know, but it's tough because it's like close people. So it's like family or like someone close is like.
Yeah.
I think that's where it gets a little, I don't know, like tricky because I mean I don't know how you respond. Personally, like I don't know how you respond to that. Like I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, if the answer is no, then you just got to find your way to no. Like,
How many words till no?
yeah. Exactly. You just visualized it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's it. If you know the answer already, then you just got to find how many words is going to get you to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn. That's tough, bro.
Because it's not no. Let me tell you why. Or it is that, right? It's however your approach is going to be, but it's like you're being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can imagine that happens. It's a thing.
It is a thing. Yeah.
The way I've explained it to people, man, is with money and opportunity. You know, and I want a pool. So anybody that has a pool in their house, like I'm envious. This is a lightweight hating. I don't have a pool, right? But it's like the idea of having a pool versus having access to the river, having access to the water. Like, so some people have a pool. I don't have a pool. I have access to water,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't have water. I have access. And that's it. So I don't have more. I just value what I have more, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I move accordingly, man. Like, it just, you can, I always talk about contribute.
Yeah.
Because it's not about just money. Like, that's a currency, right? But also, like, when people build relationships, and are you rich in your relationships? And that's something that I see you constantly going through. It's like, as you elevate, as you level up, you start to look at the currency of your relationships.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been doing that a lot,
At
bro.
the valley. I know you've been in this space
reflecting
where
a
you're
lot.
like,
It's just like, wow.
who do I? Okay, let me call. Who do I call? You know what I mean? Like, it starts to, like, weigh on you a bit.
Yeah.
Like, are these assets? I always say, if I stand next to a person, one of two things happen. Either my value goes up or my value goes down.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Now, if I appreciate myself and I'm enriched and I'm, a man of faith, if I'm working through my gifts and I'm taking care of myself, even when I stand next to people with low value, my worth doesn't go down,
Yeah.
So being solidified in who you are, but what you can do once you are that person that you're becoming, and I can see it, you're adding value. When they stand next to you, their value goes up,
Yeah.
And then it's like just asking yourself, like, do I have that person in my phone book, in my contacts?
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've been doing, and still, like, learning, and I'm in the process of. But, like, how I'm looking at myself, how can I be more valuable? I guess you could say, like, how do I become more of a valuable person? And, like, it's like entering. I mean, I've kind of already been in this space, kind of, like. My God, bro, I gotta stop saying these words. See, bro.
Low value words, bro.
No, it is low value words, but, like navigating in this, like, I'm gonna call it new space, but yeah, like, this new space, and, like, building myself to this new space. How do I increase value? And just building, like, I guess, like, my worth, bro. Like, just reconstructing myself, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah,
Because the pieces are there, right?
Yeah.
Like, you would agree that you're working with the same ingredients you had when you started this thing.
No.
You're not?
No.
What do you mean? Talk
Like,
to me.
new ingredients.
Like, what you're made of
Uh-huh.
is the same than it is now. You're just
Oh yeah.
repositioning,
Yeah.
right? But you're the same. You're
Yeah.
the same guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Same guy. Yeah.
So you're working with what you had. That's
Yeah.
the only way you're doing the work, right?
Yeah.
I think you're enriching in certain areas, a bit more focused, As simple as you lived, you're also simplifying even more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, locking in and zoning in and zooming in into what it is that you're attempting to create consistently, right?
Consistently, yeah.
So where are you in that process?
Of, like, reconstructing.
Yeah,
myself. I would say, like, in the beginning stages, I say that because it took me a while to reflect and fully, like, understand, like, the position that I'm in. I've said this before, but I feel like my reactions, or, like, I get the closest where I could get to is reactions, but, like, I feel like they're really delayed. Like, I don't fully process and understand till like months later. Like, oh shit, like yeah, I'm actually here. I'm actually fucking doing this. So it's taken me some time, but now I feel like I'm in the beginning stages. Just like asking, I literally ask myself questions, bro. Which I've done every now and then, but like it's more than ever. Like I've asked myself questions, like why does it take this long for a reel, or why like the email one? Why do I have this many subscribed emails in my inbox? So like asking myself more questions.
Having a conversation.
Yeah, it's trippy because like I've done it not a whole lot back then, every now and then, but like it actually works. Like it actually works, bro. When you ask yourself why you're doing something, it you dumb it down to yourself. It's just like you process it and digest it a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of like, oh yeah, maybe I don't need to be doing all this. But yeah, I would say I'm early on in the process, in the early stages of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but before by what I mean by not having a nightstand or a bed frame is I'm very simple. I don't see the need of it,
Right.
only because I'm in my room 8 hours sleeping, and that's all I'm ever in my room for.
Yeah.
I'd spend most of my time like on behind this, so that's why I spend my money on things I spend the most time on, if that makes sense, like laptop and stuff.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad for me, y'all, for nice and stuff. I just choose where I want.
We're starting a GoFundMe page.
No, I truly don't see. I'm only there. I don't think I need to be in my bedroom any longer than like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes 12 hours when I'm like.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, when
bro.
I'm
he went from 8 to 12. Yeah. Did y'all
when
catch
I'm
that?
like, ow, bro.
That's 4 hours. It's a whole nother day.
No, bro. Yeah, half a day.
That's a whole nother.
That's
4
half a
hours
day.
is a whole nother sleep day.
There's times where I just 12 hours. Yes.
Man.
I want to get out that out the way. But yeah, that's early stages for sure. But like, what do you have or tips for people that are trying to, like myself, trying? Jesus, bro.
No tip for that, guy.
Oh my God, bro. Like I'm catching myself saying these.
That's good though.
Yeah, it's true.
Listening to yourself. As long as you listen to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the important one.
I'm listening, bro. I remember the first time when I first joined this team, and I said kind of like just too many. Like, what's kind of? Kind of. But yeah. What are some, like, for people that want to increase their value as an individual, whether it's in business, whether it's self, like what are some things that you have that can help?
I think the first step, and by first step, I don't mean you did it step. Like, it's not that kind of step where it's like, oh yeah, that I already did it. Like, no, this is the step you do every day. Like, this is the first step of the day. You know, I look at, and I encourage people to look at market value and self-worth as two completely different things, because it is.
Okay.
Often we are fooled to believe that our self-worth is off of market value. Market value is people's opinion of you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And because we don't have our own of ours, we depend on validation over fulfillment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But this is easy. This is not like, are you dumb or you're not smart or you're not aware. This is often because you're often really shaping, you know, like, for example, this is a simple example. You have a thought, you have a feeling, you have the words, and you, right when you're about to go and tell that person, you're like, no, wait, hold on. That's probably going to hurt their feelings. Let me not. The fact that you just shifted off of someone else's feelings or energy or whatever, maybe, like, you are now, imagine doing that one time and then twice and then 3 times. And then you don't want to do it to your boss because then, oh, you don't want to tell your mom because then, you know, so then who are you then? Like, where's your voice? Is your perspective based off of everyone else's, right? So bringing it back to self-worth versus market value. If you're at your job and they're paying you $1,000 an hour, you're not worth $1,000 an hour. That's the market value for the skill set and or whatever it is, that agreement, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, if you're doing something for free, you're not worthless.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So understanding that that's not what your self-worth is, where it's really rooted from. So I like to then, after we have the distinction between market value, which is like what someone agrees to pay. That's all it is. Like, what is it worth? Well, it's worth whatever somebody's willing to pay for it. That used to be an old sales term. Like, what is that camera worth? Well, you could be like, well, it's $3,000. Well, it's only $3,000 because people have bought it at $3,000. But when people don't buy it, what happens?
It goes down.
That's
drops,
it.
yeah.
Like, it's not that hard to really think about, right? So, self-worth, I think it's a part of it is like, not only who do you want to be, but like, what do you appreciate? I like to ask a question, and I'll ask you this question. Like, if you were to think of yourself as this person that's been alive and has been going through a journey, went to school, was homeschooled, was a gamer, all these different titles, have met people, you left home, like you're going on this like journey, right? You just watching this movie, right? About this kid. Like, what would you say, what do you appreciate about you? Like, where are you like, I like that. Like, I could admire it, like whether it's love, admire, respect, I fan out on this part. Like, I think this is tight. Like, that you've seen it.
That's an interesting question, bro.
One thing, one trait,
One
character trait that you're
I
like,
appreciate about myself.
yeah.
I think. Oh my God, bro. Jeez. I need to stop with these words, bro. Let's see. I think. Oh my God, bro. I think it's gonna be like being able to, I would say, like zone in. Lately, I've been locking in a lot.
Okay.
So I think, bro.
So your ability?
Yeah, my ability to zone in.
Okay. So I'm going to use that one. So zone in is one. Give me one about like your character trait. Like, when people know Sal is what kind of person? Like, you would be like, yeah, he's this, like, in a positive way. What's a positive trait?
A positive trait. I feel like I get along with others pretty well.
So you're friendly?
Friendly.
You're amiable? You're a caring person.
Yeah.
Okay. Super caring. Yeah. So you're able to zoom in and lock in, especially when it's something you care about. Right?
Yeah.
So then, like that, just what you just did, it took you maybe 2 minutes, right? To think about what you appreciate about you. And the fact that you did that, the actual, like, biochemically, like your mind and you just had a conversation and thought process and feeling with your own self.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that worth, that value starts to increase. You're not more cockier because now you like love yourself or you appreciate yourself. You're not out there showing everybody. It's just like an internal kind of, man, I appreciate that, which means I'm going to be more of that. I'm going to be more caring. That's it. Because if I appreciate it and I fuck with that, like I'm a fan of that, then I'm going to do more of that. I'm going to be more of him, more of that person. And that your worth starts going up because then you put it out. Tell me one person on this team that you, or since like my circle, right? Or even myself, let's just not bring the circle in. Have you felt that you're cared for? Like, I got you.
Yeah.
Does that mean something to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So see now and I can only do that because you care. So I can speak care language. You see what I'm saying? I can meet you at care, bro. Oh, I can show you. Let me let me show you how I care though.
Yeah.
Would you say that the level in which I show care was like different?
Yeah, like whoa, yeah, because the way that you show care is even like with new people, like someone that you even know, which typically is not normal or it's not ordinary.
Yeah.
You say, yeah.
Yeah. Like empathy, then that can do something. I know this is a different conversation, but that then can do something for those who thought they were special. Right? Like, I've known Sal for 20 years, and I'm like, well, it doesn't matter, bro. Like let's match the level of care. Yeah. So when you start to put that out there, you start to add value to all the things you do. That's how you become more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, turn care into a verb, not just a word.
Damn. Hold up. Turn care into a verb, not just a word.
That's it. And you turn your core value into an action. And that's how you become more valuable.
Yeah.
Because you're living it, right?
Yeah.
You have to experience it to live it. You got to be it to experience it.
Yeah.
You can't just say I care. Like, I don't want to hear I care. I care about you, bro. I don't want the
actions over words
all day, man. And that's where we come from. And like, even like people and not to go into people's like, growing up, I never heard, I'm proud of you, or I never heard, my parents say I love you. Like, yeah, but can you look at the verb? Like look at the verb. Like, did they show up? Did they show out? Right? And if you can get to that point where you're just doing more of who you are, then your worth goes up, because everything you touch is with care. Everything you do is with care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I would say your self-worth starts to kind of increase, is first identifying something that you enjoy about yourself. Yeah. And even if your first thought is negative, like, what's the asset to that thought? Like, too loud is something that's still triggering to me. Like, you talk too much, bro. Like, in my mind, this is too much. Podcast, then the reel, then the YouTube, then I go do the presentation. Like, so when somebody says, "Hey, man, why don't you say a couple words?" I'm like, it's Sunday now. Pass the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the team retreat, like, I bring somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I really get like, nah. Now the asset to too loud is be heard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not denying that I'm too loud. I'm no longer fighting my insecurity. So sometimes your insecurity is just telling you that you need to be in your secure space. Like, you need to secure and lock that in, right? Like, my insecurity is that I'm too loud. So secure it in. Right?
Yeah.
And now I'll be heard.
Yeah.
Because I can't get rid of the insecurity, so secure it in. Let's go. Lock it in.
Lock it
in. I'll be heard. Turn it up. Let's go. Let's talk about, right? And when I get on that mic, then it's like, no, I'm not on the mic so you guys can hear me. I'm on the mic so you can hear them. Because now it's happening through me.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what keeps us locked in. That's what keeps us locked out of our own life too, right? So when you're locked out, you lock in. When you're insecure, you secure it in. Like, it's like, just reverse it. Finding the asset in your insecurity is so key. It sounds fake, but we're so obsessed with attempting to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish I wasn't like this. No, but let's look at maybe you're not super expressive. Somebody may call it shy. Well, I'm like, no, he's observant. Yeah. Same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too loud. No, he'll be heard. So give him the mic. He could speak up for the.
So how do you get into that, like, thought process? Like, instead of the first thing being negative, you go into like the opposite, just positive.
I look at holistically. I look at like, man, I'm giving you a bunch of, okay, so a quarter. Let's just talk about a quarter, right? I'm gonna give you this example, and if you follow along, you're gonna catch this. If you could even, I don't know if this is a reel or not, but you have a quarter, right? Now, would you say most people live an average life, like a lifestyle? That most people, 95% of people or 90% of people. So there's got to be something about the people that live this like incredible, positive, enriched life. Not just I'm talking about enriched, like they're fulfilled, they're at peace, they're givers, you know, they're change makers, they're doing stuff out there in the world. So I did this experiment, bro. This came to me and I did it in front of people, right? I said, I gave everybody a quarter. It was about 50 people. I gave them a quarter. I had never done this before. I like went to go get quarters at the store and a roll of quarters and came back. Like that's literally, it was on the spot, right? I said, I want everybody to flip your quarter 7 times. You're going to put heads and you're going to put tails, right? When it's heads, I want you to put a tally by the heads. And when you put tails, I want you to put a tally by the tails. Let's see who gets what. How many did you get? 4 heads, 3 tails. Okay, what'd you get? 3 heads, 4 tails. Okay, what'd you get? Well, I'm still 3-3. Like, I was like, man, everybody's kind of getting half and half. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
It's pretty, some guys are like, I got 5-2, right? I was like, all right. Well, for the most part, everybody's between the 4 and the 3, half and half. Nothing, there was no drastic, like, I got 7 in a row, right? Even though that would give us this feeling like, I got 7 in a row. Yeah. Man, right? Yeah. It's a good feeling. Mm-hmm. Now, I was like, so this is what it is. We wake up, right? We wake up every morning. And if we're playing that heads is the winner, like we're hoping that it's a heads type of day. And we're playing the quarter game, right? Tails. It's not going to be that good of a day. Heads is going to, today it's going to, tails. I got heads 2 days in a row. It's good. This momentum. But it's probably not going to last because it's like too good to be true. Here goes tails. Like, right? So we're doing this game. I said, so I want you all to hold up the quarter, right? And hold it up to me. And you've seen that when I've done this perspective piece. If I'm looking at heads, what are you looking at?
If you're looking at heads, I'm looking at tails.
Right. So if I were like, no, it's heads though. Mm-hmm. And what would you tell me?
Tails. It's tails.
Like, bro, you're lying. Right? Yeah. So it's perspective, right? I said, but now if we're both looking at a quarter, if we can both pay attention and stop arguing and stop wishing and stop hoping, then we realize that the value of the quarter is the same. 25 cents, yeah. Whether it's heads or whether it's tails. So then you don't play the game to see if you're going to get heads or you're going to get tails. You're grateful that you have a quarter.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so you're no longer fighting if you're too loud. You're no longer fighting if you're not super expressive. You're no longer fighting that. You're no longer hoping that one day you're going to be more. You're just grateful that you have value. You know, you're grateful that you're like, I'm actually,
yeah.
You know?
You're looking at it at a holistic.
Yeah, because you're both. Okay, you're both. Let's just say you're both.
Yeah.
Let's just say you are hella loud, Al. What's the problem?
Yeah.
You know, too loud for a library, but perfect for a stage, right?
Your environment. Yeah.
So then find
environment.
That's it.
Dang it, bro. Yeah.
Find where you can add more worth. First, you got to find your worth, and then you can see where you can fill and give and share. And then you become super valuable. And that's a journey. It's a journey to find that, to find your market value. Yeah. But I think we start at market value first, and then we come to self-worth. I think you mess up. That's where it's like not it, you know? Because then you lose your job, right? And then you're attempting to convince people that no, you're actually worth. Well, not to me, you're not.
Depends on the person, the market.
If
market
you
value.
came to me and you're like, bro, I've got, I went to media school, I went to, I have 10 years in the game. I mean, I probably can't afford you, dog. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, right?
Yeah.
I could do this, and this, and that, but I can't. Like, I don't know what that's worth. Just being honest, I don't know. Somebody's like, oh man, these are same thing. I don't follow the shoe game. I'm not big on the shoe game. But if somebody says, man, these are the X3 740s, sounds great, bro. Like that's congratulations.
Means, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
If I don't know, then they're worthless.
Yeah. That's your market value. Or that's the way, that's your one of
Yeah. Like, and it's simple, right? But it just we cannot like depend our self-worth cannot depend on market value. You got to go. We talked about like what are you worth when you lose what you have? And like, that's a scary thought.
That is
But it's like, can you live in, so like, what's real to you? Can you live in more of who you are?
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a tough one, bro. That's an interesting.
Hell yeah.
That's an interesting thought, bro.
Which is why you like, you become super grateful for like being able to do something that you're like, I don't even know how I got this to this point. It's like, whoa, man, I'm glad I didn't shut up. Yeah. I'm glad I kept messing with the video. Like, it's pretty amazing, man.
Bro. That question is interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. And then making sure that we're not attempting to convince those around us. Convincing, man. Convincing is the worst thing on the planet.
Like convincing someone.
Let me convince you that I'm.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't.
That it is gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. You right? You coming or not?
Yeah, being a salesperson.
Yeah. Nah, I'm moving. I'm going. That's it.
Damn, bro. That question is. I keep going back to that question, but that's a really good question to ask yourself.
Which one?
If who you are.
If you lost everything.
Yeah,
if you lost. Well, I mean, I think that's like when you lose. If you can lose that, who are you, right? And for me, the question that I've like constantly, or like the answer that I've constantly gone to is, I'm a person who has decided to give and share my natural gifts. Like that's who I am at my core. Yeah. A person who uses his own story for fuel.
Yeah.
And is as honest as could be as I'm figuring out what my truth is. Like I sometimes when I don't say something, it's not that I don't know if I could be honest or not. It's that I may feel a certain way, but I think differently. Right? You feel this, that don't mean it's true.
Yeah.
I feel that. I also don't know how I fully like see the picture yet,
The puzzles.
Yeah. Like I'm in motion.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my, and then, man, this is where I think I give myself the biggest hug is I'm just doing my best.
Yeah.
I can honestly say
I did my best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've even gone like emotional with myself about it. Like, yeah, I could say, man, I really let them down. I really messed that up. I let people down. No, I did my best.
Yeah.
Nobody taught me. So where was I supposed to? All of a sudden I was supposed to just magically get it right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I did what I could. If you're gonna judge me for doing my best, well, I'm not gonna judge you for fucking being whack. Like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
This is the other one, bro. I was having this conversation, right? And the question was, well, don't you ever feel like overwhelmed, like, and just the amount of people that are depending on you, doesn't that weigh on you? And I started to think about it, and the answer came to me, and the answer was like, no, but you're helping your family, and you got your team, and you got your circle, and I just, don't you, all that weight, all these people that you're helping, right?
Yeah.
All these people that depend on you, doesn't that weigh on you? And I was like, for a second, I was like, I should say yeah, because I think that's the right answer. But I was like, but I genuinely don't feel it. I don't feel the weight. I was like, well, they're not going to believe if I just, literally, this is happening in my head, right? And I said, boom, the answer came. I said, the weight is not in who is depending on me. The weight is in who's around me and I can depend on.
It's spreaded.
That person is heavy. So it's not, the weight is not the people that are dependent on me. The weight is in those that are around me and I cannot depend on.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You have an
Weight.
inconsistent person
Yeah.
in your living with you or in your circle that you don't know if they're going to show up or have the money for the rent. Doesn't that weigh more on you than anything else?
Yeah.
So I was like, it's not the 60 70 people, including my family. It's not the 70 people depending on me that weighs on me. It's that one person that's in my car or that's on my team or in my circle, in my meeting, in my presence, who I cannot depend on. That person's what's weighing on me. That's the weight that I feel.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
On the weaklings. Would you call them weakling?
Sam Times, my brother Sam Times. Nah, but it's like, that's Mo and Donna. I was like, that's what's heavy. It's like when I don't know if that person's going to show up or not.
Yeah.
That blew my mind, bro. Like, oh, man, just the reverse,
Sometimes, bro.
Maybes? They may be.
That's an interesting perspective for sure. People that depend, you don't feel it, but the people that depend on you feel it. Yeah. How to reconstruct that in my brain real quick.
Yeah. It's not the weight of the people that depend on me. It's the weight of the people that I can't depend on. Yeah, man. And the reason why is because I'm not doing it because I owe them. I'm not doing it I'm not giving to people around me from a place of guilt.
Okay.
I'm not like, man, I should be doing more for my family. Like, I should be doing. Like when in the beginning of the year when I was like, damn, I'm messing up. I should be doing way more. I want to apologize to you, right? Yeah. That time I did. I felt it because I'm like, I'm moving, but I'm believing my own, like, that I'm doing something. And I'm not including people. I'm just like scheduling stuff and going, and I'm not including, and I need to move into that space, right? This is the next one that came to me, right? I'm not big on having people do stuff, bro. Like, I just like to do my stuff. Yeah. I got it. Move. It's all good. Let me simplify it because I don't want to depend on anybody, right? Yeah. Because of that. lack of trust in people to follow through. It's that simple, right? I like to just do my things and go about my business. Even though I have this team, there's a clear boundary. Like, I'm like, nah, phone's done, bro. I ain't answering calls about nothing. We're moving on this thing. Can you do it or can you not, right? Yeah. We bring on adults. We serve children, right? Like, it's very, like, no creeps, right? No creep vibe on me, right?
No, creep free, bro.
Creep free, bro. Creep free. Bro, it came to me and it was like, you've heard of this whole, like, people talking about, like, I'm evolving. Like, I'm going to evolve. I'm evolving.
I heard those. I hear them all the time.
Well, check this out, bro. So in order to evolve, you must involve.
Evolve is external. Involve is
Well, evolve is what's happening, and involving is what you can do. Like, so when I involve you, I'm evolving. If I don't involve anybody, I'm over here thinking I'm growing. You're not really, like, you're just getting more confident or more comfortable, but you're not necessarily evolving. So to evolve is to involve. So when I involve you in the conversation, I involve you in, I'm getting your perspective, getting this person's perspective, getting this person's skill set, this person's strength. You start to see the evolution in the person because everyone else that is involved is also evolving too. You know?
Yeah.
So beautiful, bro. But we don't want to involve because we don't trust. We don't want to involve because we're not sure. We don't want to involve people because this is my thing. It's not really this is for me. Like, you know, we don't want to involve anybody in our stuff because it's personal.
Yeah.
But everybody involved, bro. Get in here. Let's get it. You know?
Yeah. There's an interesting thought that I had. It was actually yesterday. I was thinking about business and like how, I mean, still to this day, I don't understand it completely, but
neither do I.
neither do I. But from like my perspective now, it's like I understand like it can be very black and white. For the most part, I feel like in my eyes, business is black and white. Can you do it or you can't? It's like
yeah.
And I was thinking about like how people were like they only hit me up when they need me or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that was like a common saying. But I'm thinking at it in business, you want people to hit you up. Only for the
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, because I mean, I was sensitive. I was still kind of sensitive person, but back then, like when people, I would get upset at that, about shit like that.
When they needed something.
Yeah, when they needed something, they hit me up.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, you want people to hit you up when they need something,
right?
Because that's business, especially if like you're selling your bakery or you're a chef or something like.
Or what they were hitting you up about was probably something to do with their computer, or something to do with their gaming system or their setup, or a game or something that happened, an electronic.
Yeah.
And now, when they hit you up for that, it's like,
yeah.
Perfect.
That tripped me out because like that's like the business perspective of it, which I didn't get years ago, like 2 years ago. Like even when I first went, I was still like, what is business? Like, how does that even work?
Yeah.
And now I understand like business is black and white. People will hit you up because they need something. And it usually typically involves what you need. And it's business is when it's fair for both sides.
Right?
Okay. It's when two people can agree, or two businesses can agree on what they think is right.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
And then that's business.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to like think about business and how business, all that stuff works.
Yeah. Well, the exchange of values.
Yeah.
I think that's what business comes down to me. Like, I've said this before, self-employed versus business is very, very different. Mm-hmm. Very different. And it's very difficult to go from self-employed to go to business. Because self-employed is how much can I make? Mm-hmm. Business is how much value can I add to those around me? Yeah. Like in business, if you have Like, I want you to make money so that you buy better cameras so that the content comes out cleaner.
Yeah.
So it started with me wanting you to make, like, if you're in a better position, I get a better product. That's business.
Yeah.
Versus, how many views do I have? Let me, my contract. And like, I'm keeping it and you're over here struggling with a fucking gimbal, right?
Yeah, gimbal.
That's all the only word I know. You know, you're struggling and I'm over here killing. Like, all right, well, let me make sure you're set up. Let me make sure you feel cared for, whether it's living situation or it's, financially, or it's the camera.
Yeah,
like,
cameras, yeah.
bro, pull the trigger, send the money, cut the check. Like, if it's in that way, then the idea is that you're in a better position. So self-employed is how much can I make? How quickly can I make it? That's
Yes.
self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
How much and how quickly?
Business.
And business is how do I make those that may benefit from my services richer?
So it's like providing versus selfish.
Well, I mean, this one's very self-employed. I'm thinking for myself. This one is like, business is like, okay, it's the real estate concept, right? If the person next to me looks like they're on point, then it looks good. Like, if my squad looks sick,
Yeah.
who's the main dude? Oh, Coach. I was like, didn't my value just go up because they all look happy?
Yeah.
Like, when I walk in the room, bro, they're looking to see how you doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how's he treating you? Is he letting you go to? Is he letting you sleep? Right? They always ask you, right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's a joke, but it's like they see you laughing and smiling and thriving. Like, oh, well, this is a good dude then, right? And they'll make fun because they know they can do it, right?
I'm good.
It's love.
Yeah.
But like, that's the idea, man. It's like, you do want people to just hit you up. For me, it's more than business. For me, it's like a purposeful conversation. Like, I've said this, I'm not your friend, I'm not your therapist, and I'm not your counselor. So people hit me up more so when they're ready to take action on something. And I fuck with that conversation. Even if it doesn't bring any money to me, it's just like, what? You gonna do it? Let's get it.
Let's get it. Pull the trigger, bro.
Yeah, I'll push you.
Yeah.
You don't have to jump. Let me push you.
Off the cliff. The cliff concept.
Yeah.
People can only come to you when they're ready to jump.
That's it. Other than that, they're not talking. You hit me. You're like, bro, I was thinking
About this camera.
And what happened? I almost pulled the trigger, bro. But I was like, no, what? Get to the end of the story. What happened? I don't know. I'm probably not going to get it, but I was thinking, man, I should get it. Check your phone. Let's go Habs. Like, why are you telling me this? You can just not tell me this, bro.
I know.
Like, did you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Call one of your friends and tell them you almost did something.
Yeah.
Don't call me, dog.
Oh man.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's and I'm just I keep it to that. Like, oh, let's get it.
Yeah.
Sounds more fun to do it.
Moving, yeah. It is more
than
fun
telling me a story of a thought you had. Not interested. Tell your therapist, bro. Call your friends.
Call my friends.
Yeah, some people just need more friends. That's it.
Some people need more friends. I'm sorry. So I around the time where I was thinking about getting this camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one right here. I was like I don't want to ask anybody's opinion if I should get it or not. And it started making me realize that, like, the only person that's gonna know whether to get it or not is gonna be yourself.
Right.
Like, I can't depend or base it off of someone else's opinion if I should get something, because only you know like the right time to get it, because
Right.
they're not in it. They don't experience. They don't see it for the way you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could. I mean, it's I guess they can have perspective if they also are building something.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
They can give you perspective.
Yeah.
That's about it.
yeah. I was, yeah, I was asking it. And I was like, some people are pretty brutal, bro. Why do you want another camera? I was like, I knew I shouldn't have asked anybody, bro.
Damn it.
bro.
But that's what you do. You did your circuit. How many people did you tell?
It's just one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck. Oh damn.
No. Well, that gave me more perspective. Like, I gotta be careful on who I ask and who I tell for like perspective.
Yeah, but
I
see,
can't-
that's the other thing too, though.
What?
That's the other thing,
What
bro.
is the
That
other
you gotta be careful about is if you're only calling people that are gonna reinforce.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
That's
too.
the other
Yeah, I
thing
was
too.
like, I
That
don't
that's
want-
like, no, let me hear
Yeah,
you out.
I
That's
don't
why it's yeah. When it comes to a camera, their unqualified opinion
Mhm.
it means
Yeah.
zero.
And I was asking someone that had zero
Yeah.
experience with the camera.
That's your fault, bro.
Yeah, that is completely my
Yeah.
fault. Yeah, but that's another
I
thing.
was asking, yeah,
That was a learning lesson for me. Is that like it's like it would be like me asking someone to teach me how to buy a car if they've never bought the car themselves.
right.
So that was a learning lesson for me. I was like, all right, I gotta chill out on asking people.
Unqualified people, and it's okay.
Unqualified.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Unqualified sounds so like people take it so like defensive, but no, you're unqualified
yeah,
to answer this question or to give an opinion.
yeah.
Why? So who's the idiot? The person giving the opinion or the person asking?
The
An
person
unqualified
asking.
person.
Yeah, that's
bro.
what- yeah.
Like, that's you got to take that one. Like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was.
Damn
like,
it.
bro. That's
You
what
know?
I'm saying. That's a learning lesson for me.
Yeah.
This whole summer has been just a learning lesson, bro.
That's
For real.
good, man.
For real.
Learning
It-
lesson.
It's more of inner self.
We're gonna call it
thinking
summer
about
school. That's the
summer-
name of this
Yeah,
episode. It's called
summer
summer school. We learning, man.
we learned it.
We learning.
But I'd rather learn it now than later. Or yeah, learn it now than later.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's all about improvement, bro. All about self improvement. Sure.
I'm glad you believe in that, bro. I think you had that idea in the beginning.
I
When we
did
first
have the
met.
idea.
When we first
But
met. You already had
it was
the.
just like the action part was like the scarier part, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
But especially when it comes to like people you care about or people like that are in your circle, I feel like that's when action becomes like undecisive. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually fully like thinking it out, experiencing it. It's like, all right, yeah, let me take action now, bro. Let me take action now.
Yeah.
Bro. Now I'm fully submerged and locked in for this 2024-2025 year.
That's good.
I already know it's not an if, but it's a when. Where it's gonna be like an 8-hour day, 2-hour podcast, and then I don't know, flight or something, and then edit. I'm already prepared for those days where it's just gonna be like go.
Remember to maintain yourself, man.
Yeah,
You gotta get some activity in, get in there. You know, water intake's great.
water.
My water intake's been a lot better. I'm super proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like a little out of it there for a little while.
Out of it as in how? Like
I just not like
you were drinking enough.
not drinking enough water.
Basically.
Nah, but just like, man, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Like, drink water,
Yeah.
bro. Like, this is your thing. Yeah. So water's up, which is great. You know, I'm just allowing myself, man, to. You know, I've been really like talking to myself as far as like praising, like just like, you know, you like the whole you did your best, bro. Like that's
Yeah, you did your best.
and that's good. That's so enriching to my soul. It's kind of like, you know, you release like pressure and you almost feel for you a little bit. You empathize. It's called like empathizing with yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like if this whole like would have like failed, like you would have been like, man, I messed up or whatever. But like, bro, you went for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud. Like, and I'll be like, I'm proud. Good stuff, bro. You went for it. Like, that's amazing. You know, keep that energy up. Like
Yeah.
keep that like enthusiasm. You know.
Yeah. Enthusiasm versus excitement.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Pour into it,
enthusiasm,
man.
pouring.
You're going into it. You're doing it. Especially when people you care about start having an opinion about how you're moving.
Mhm.
Like, well, thank you for your unqualified opinion.
Unqualified people, bro.
Yeah, unqualified.
Yeah. Underqualified people. Stay away, bro. Stay away from
Yeah,
unqualified
well,
people.
thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. That,
Email all your concerns.
email me all your concerns.
Nah,
just how
man.
it
It's
is.
it's summer school, man. People, the
Summer
idea is self improvement, man. Self improvement. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm glad you're a part of it.
Hell
And as long as you know, like you said, you know when you need to make a move,
Yeah.
and for me, like that just means always in motion. I just don't know how else to explain that everything that I do has some sort of effect, and the idea is that you do more things that have positive effects.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
That's the yeah.
You might the desvelas, you might not get some rest, you went out, or you ate too much, you didn't hit the gym, whatever thing, but has an effect kind of thing. The idea is that you just do more of what has a good effect, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, just do it daily. What's your daily action of positivity in your life? What's your daily contribution to the success you want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's your daily deposit?
Yeah. Daily deposit.
How much you gonna put in today?
Yeah.
Give $1.
kind of.
Yeah,
of a
like if
dollar.
you had an account, it's like you want to donate to Sal's successful future.
kind
Put
of.
$1.
I'll put
match.
kind of a dollar.
Yeah, I'll put I'll put some change. I mean that's it, bro.
Yeah. Investing, bro. Investing.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing. I don't know, and I don't look at just to end this. Like I don't really understand wrong.
What do you mean?
You're like wrong, or you're doing it wrong.
Oh, you're doing.
Yeah, you're
something
doing
wrong?
it wrong. You're doing it right. I don't think so. You're just doing your best.
So there is no wrong or right.
Yeah, I think at the end of it, like, I'm sure there's that line somewhere, but like, I don't know. To me, all the moves make sense because it's me. That's why it makes sense. It's like help, hit up this youngster from Greenfield with kind of some experience.
Kind of experience.
Like, all right, are you going backwards? Or are you doing? He's gonna take time to develop. He might not make it. Like all these things, right? And it's like, well, yeah, but it's me though. The word in Espanol is menace. Like if it's in you to do something, do it.
Yeah.
It's like, but so all the kids, they're gonna bring in kids. They're gonna bring all the school, and they're doing more than what they actually said. They're asking you to do more than what they're paying you to do. You know what? Bring the kids, man. Let's go get some stuff to give away to the kid. Like just like si te nace, do it. And if it's in you, you move on it. And I almost have this idea that's the sign that you need to pay attention to the most. It's like imagine if God was real. For those of you people that don't believe, right? And then the way he spoke to you was, I'm going to implant this organic feeling to want to do something for someone. Or this, even in video, like, I'm going to add this image. Like then I said, it's not even an idea from like your mind. It's like this thing that's like you almost get juiced about and you want to do it. Well, I believe that the more you act on that, the more you get to live in that.
Where you act on it, where you live in it.
Yeah. And it's like,
That makes a lot of sense.
and it's like just that little indicator.
Yeah.
Because there's times that where you felt, oh, nah, never mind though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just didn't move on it.
Yeah.
But the more you move on it, you start to build this momentum.
Mhm.
And then almost like you're moving faster than everybody else and you're just moving on the call.
Confidence goes up.
Yep. Yeah. Confidence goes up and obviously you can hear it louder and now you don't doubt it as much and you just move on it and you're on this momentum and then boom, you fall off for a little bit. You're like, I don't know if you start over again, right? But you're moving on that calling.
Yeah.
That thing that you're not thinking about. It's not a creative, like, I have an idea. It's like, I have an idea. Like when it's that, dude, move on it. Yeah. All right? And you move on that, then nace, and nace means birth and born. Nació means born. So like it's like you're birthing the idea.
Yeah. Growing the idea. Yeah.
So when I'm speaking and it's like, oh man, I still, I'm just gonna say this, man. I'm gonna appreciate you because it moves me and it'll move people, right? And it moves people and it directs and you just move on it. The more you move on it, the more you get to live in it. You experience the blessing, like literally.
Yeah.
And that's it, bro. Everyone's else like, well, how do you what are the steps? I'm like, man, I just pay attention and I move on it.
Yeah.
And it's silly most of the time. It's not even like, what's my return on investment? How much am I going to, like, well, who cares, bro? Move on it. Or don't. Yeah. Shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shut up, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Summer school.
Summer school. Yeah. We found the title for the video.
A lot of learning. If you guys can tell, this episode is just really Sally and I catching up, man, because it's important. If you have a team, if you have a family, if you have a business, if you have something you want to start with your people, like more important than what you do is who you are. There's no point in getting there, wherever there is, without your true self. The fake it till you make it people, like stop it. Don't ever do that again. Like don't ever do that. Like there's no reason to fake it.
Would you say something about a skillet? And
yeah, the heat, the conditions. Like faking it till you make it is it's all BS because the minute conditions change, you become less of what you're not and more of what you are.
Yeah. When
the conditions are like real pressure, heat, you become less of who you're not and more of who you are.
True colors.
Let's get it. Let's get it. The skillet, man. You put an egg on the skillet. Whatever's not edible is gone. And it becomes more of what it is, right?
Yeah.
Become less of what you're not and more of what you are. Summer school. Let's get it. All right, bro. Let's get it. Let's do a takeaway. But yeah, everybody check in with your people, man.
Yeah.
Check in with your people. Intentions. Be intentional. I'm going to give you this one before we go. Be intentional. As you go into your journey, as you go about your life, remember, as you walk and you lead, you walk into the unknown, which is you never know what you're walking into. But as long as you know what you're walking in with,
damn.
You will always be in position to win.
Hell yeah.
Ow! You gonna put that one?
Yeah, that's a reel right there.
That's a reel right there, dog. You heard it right at the end. Buzzer beater. You can have it.
Okay, take it, bro.
Let's go takeaways.
Takeaway.
Giveaways.
Giveaways. Pretty much. Yeah, you pretty much give away. The market share and self-worth being two completely different things. I've always seen it as one. So that is a perspective that I didn't think about or I didn't have that perspective of it like that. So yeah, self-worth being what other people will describe and think what you are worth, and self-worth is what you see the worth in yourself. So yeah, market share versus self-worth.
Yeah, market value versus self-worth.
Yeah, market value versus self-worth.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah,
it's pretty
barras.
good. Barras. I'm gonna go with the appreciation.
Appreciation.
Yeah, like when you think about yourself, like what do you appreciate the most about yourself? I think that's very, very important. Because the two ways to increase your self-worth is to invest and to acknowledge. It just came to me like that, like genuinely, like, yeah, you go to the gym more, you start to like, oh, I feel better. You tend to be more clear-minded, more direct, more confident potentially. And then if you acknowledge that what you have in you, because when you don't appreciate, you depreciate, right?
Yeah.
Your value goes down, your market value goes down, right?
Yeah. Crumbling, bro.
You're crumbling, bro. And yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Appreciation.
Yeah, appreciate yourself. I'll give you this one. Treat yourself the way you want others to treat you.
Perfect.
Treat yourself the way you want others to treat you. That's a real. Said treat yourself the way you want others to treat you.
Perfect. Damn. Barras.
Summer school.
Oh my God.
Let's get it, man. What's the motto?
Be a savage and go after your wildest dreams.
Be a savage and go after your wildest dreams. Glamourous Grind Podcast. Shoo!